There it is.
Oh, that was good. I got him, chat. Got him.
Welcome in, everybody.
Got him.
Lumberjack Jade. Jade, you were here before Jason was here. And I said, hi, hello. See? Look at that. Quabam. Right at 2. See that comment? Schlank.
So I'm
Lord Farquaad.
every day I come in here.
You're like, Chris, I need to pay.
I yell at Chris,
Yeah.
elder abuse, because he's 93. And the 36-year-old
How the
yells at him.
turntables have turned.
So the turntables. So I always yell at him because he always takes things like this where I had it in the frame at the end of stream. I'll come in and it'll be out of the frame. And somebody's like, why are you touching my stuff, Chris? Well, today it was still in the frame exactly the way I'd left it after stream yesterday. And I yelled at him for leaving it in the frame. I want to let you know I'm doing my part.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I just wanted to let you know, chat, I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Speaking of doing your part. Oh, dude.
Oh, you said part.
Oh, I said part.
Oh. I thought I was doing the thing.
You did what you were supposed to do in that moment. Welcome in, everybody.
I'm doing my fart.
We've got the...
What if this thing was like smell-o-vision? What if every time you hit it, it also was like it had like a fart oil in there?
That would not be good. Because it's, it's an enclosed space. It's airy in here, though. I've got doors open and all that, but still. All right, Jason, what are we doing? Yesterday you did the eyes and the head. What are you finalizing on this thing today?
I want to do the eye things in the hands.
You're gonna do the eyes and the hands too.
No.
Okay. Chuck, what's going on? What's happening?
Chuck and Jade
treated
us to dinner last night.
Treated you guys to dinner?
I know.
Sick invite.
I know, it was great.
I wept. Jason's like, yeah, we're going out with Chuck and Jade. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
He's bitching.
How was it? Where'd you guys go?
This guy.
Where'd you go?
We went to a Fate Brewing Company that's up on
Fate
Brewing Company up on 7th Street, just up the street, just past the Catholic school.
Yes. The brewing company past the Catholic school.
That's how you tell people how to get there.
That is the beginning of a long story.
So,
Nice.
So just past the Catholic school, there's a great place to get drunk.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you guys had a great time.
We had a fantastic time.
Nice.
We talked about all the people.
All the people?
Oh, yeah.
All the people.
Yeah, we shared all of our best
deep, darkest secrets.
and darkest secrets. All of our best Christopher stories got told.
What?
You heard me.
Hey, let the record show Jason's putting his pants back.
You heard me.
This is a first time for Christopher.
What? What do you mean a first time?
What do you mean, first time?
What do you mean?
I typically put
What do you
them back.
mean?
Jason,
What do you mean?
HBDC craze.
What do you mean?
Donnie, yes, some stores have been ordering butt sets. And ask your local retailer. If they haven't gotten it, I think they're running low. So tell them to get on it. But we released that to retailers quite a bit ago.
Get down on it. Ooh, ooh.
Please don't sing.
Get down on it.
Nope. Get down on it up here over
Get
to the
down on
side
it.
legally
Ooh, ooh.
so we don't get copyright strike.
Get down on it. Oodle-dee.
I don't know what that last bit was. But... All right. I think I need a soundboard of Jason's noises. Mine and Hobbies karaoke stream. Chuck,
You have to.
I don't know what Jason's on
I am
today.
EDM personified.
EDM personified. All right.
Hey, you guys want to see something I discovered today that I didn't even know about?
What? What are you talking
This will
about?
blow your minds. I
What
didn't
is
know
this?
this existed.
What do you mean? Another wizard's butt color?
I've never seen this.
What? From who? From where?
I stole it from Kyle. Kyle had 3 of them in his case.
You didn't know about this one?
I had never seen it.
Interesting.
I've literally never seen this.
Well, it's right in front of you.
I have it now. Goes right there. Something more to be jealous about.
Blam.
It didn't come in the sets.
That wasn't no. See, that's the thing. The set was the set, and now you still can get Wizard's Butt the same way.
It is kind of a peachy orange, even more so than Nova Orange, right? So up against Nova Orange, it's a lighter Nova Orange.
Oh man,
right?
That could be like a really.
It's a flesh tone again, right?
It's
like it's a really good flesh tone.
Chris won't let me have anything orange. Yes, Chuck, I won't. Avian says it looks peachy. He's selling some butt on the side.
Mr. Streamer, how was the comedy show last week? It was actually really funny.
You saw Shane...
like I said, I wasn't really stoked. And I made the mistake of telling Jen, I wasn't really stoked to go out tonight.
Uh-oh.
That's me putting my foot firmly in my mouth.
Uh-oh.
But I was like, but I'm excited to be out with you. And we went to dinner. And the food was great, but the service was abysmal.
Oh, no.
And it was a restaurant right down by the stadium because it was at the basketball stadium downtown.
Oh, okay.
And it was a restaurant right by the stadium. So they know what it's like when shows are there. They're always packed. Yeah. So I hope they don't always do service that way because it was horrible.
Yes, Shark. There's a generic non-metallic scheme in the workup channel, right?
What do you mean by generic? There's lots of metal colors, but yes, there's lots of them in there. And you can change the colors to be whatever you want.
Yeah.
Oh, show.
Nice. Or you just got your butt set and new brushes. Nice. Good stuff. Right. People have been grabbing some butt lately.
Woo!
Grabbing their butts. Whose butts? How did you do the speckle on the gems, says Ave.
Say what? The speckles on the gems is just stippling. It's a technique called stippling.
It was white-blue, correct?
Yes, well, all of the layers other than the first were done with the stippling.
Okay.
Right? Because if you zoom in close, you can see that all of the colors, even after the glaze, were all done by dotting them on there.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a technique called stippling. If you're not familiar with it, it's just where you go in and apply the paint with tiny dots.
Like
right?
that. Yeah.
So you would do pointillism, it's called in the world of art. But one of the things that you do, you can use it as a blending tool.
Yeah.
Because you can go in and cluster dots very close together.
And you glazed over it too.
Yeah, and then you glaze over it.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do the glaze over, but you cluster dots very close at the center, and then as you start to go away, you start to spread them out further and further. So you have them kind of get more space in between them, and you will create a pattern that will give you the ability to blend colors, right? If everything towards one end of it, in my case, the way I was doing the gems, the brightest colors were all done tight, and then it starts to spread out as you go away from that. So you get this blended ability, but it gives you a lot of texture by doing so. Takes a lot of time. It's very hard on your brush because you have to use the point of the brush. It's one of the few techniques where you're required to use the point of the brush, because if you lay the brush over, like we typically talk about painting with the brush laid over at like a 20 or 30 degree angle, so you're really only ever painting with the side of the brush. Don't ever paint with the tip of the brush.
Yeah.
But with this, you have to, because as soon as you lay the brush over any, it starts being lines instead of dots, because every time you hit the brush, it gives you a little slash.
And Avian Kit is asking, could you show somehow to get an angle shot on the stippling to show how soft Slow Fuse is touching his hand with the brush?
Yeah.
How would you do that? What's the consistency?
So I would have to get the angle on the camera. Is going to be hard, right? Because I got to kind of figure this out, and I have to look at it. So forgive me, but it's literally just... So see how the brush is barely deflecting, but it's deflecting all from the tip? You get the dots on there? Yeah, that's why it destroys brushes.
Yeah.
Because it bends the most fragile portion of the brush. You don't ever want to paint where you're bending the tip. That's why I say don't do lines like this. Do them like this, right? where you're using the side and
Yeah.
deflecting the whole brush bundle because it's stronger that way, as opposed to just the tip, because it will deform the brush if you paint like this.
Yeah.
So, but stippling, you don't have a choice. So it will ruin your brushes. So
Ogre says glazing and blending is kicking my butt as a new painter. I think I'm trying to learn too much all at once.
Could be. I tell people not to get dissuaded from it, but I hear you, right? It can be very difficult to make them work. Look at the video where I say just do this.
Yep. That's a great place to start.
That video will help you tons.
And the next one, actually, that I'm going to be posting tomorrow is also about brush control and glazing and layering. That one is a great one to get you started. I'm sure you've seen that one. We've mentioned it a bunch, but at least put that one on repeat, which I think a lot of people do. Double T says, glazing literally just clicked for me. Just keep trying to BTH and listen to Jason talk about it. Yeah, Double T, and that's kind of what we say all the time. Sometimes Jason will say the same things in a different way. In certain ways he says it will click with other people. That's for me.
Chris sits here and hears me say things over and over and over again. And then one day we'll be painting. He'll be like, you know what? That just sent a light bulb off for me.
Yeah.
After listening to you forever, I finally understand.
Yeah. And it's this one.
So don't feel bad, because sometimes it takes hearing the same thing said the same way multiple times.
And
so, don't feel bad about that.
The thing that Jason was mentioning the other day, like I can even pinpoint it, the whole thing with the eyes on Space Marines, of why would you take the time and paint them if they're way over there? Because you couldn't even see that in real life, which is very interesting.
And that being said, that I typically do paint them,
but
it gives you an out so you don't have to feel bad for saying, why am I having such a hard time? It's like, well, don't worry about it. If you're having a hard time, just realize that nobody would be able to see the eye anyway.
Yeah, that's brought me a lot of peace.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what we're here for, chat. Nice, old gamer. You're in the painting challenge. Your first mini with ProCrel. Nice. That's cool.
Again, just real thin down titanium white, so it gives me that halo of color.
Yeah.
I'll let that. Little
Billy, as an ADHD learner, some things I pick up in a second, others take me 50 tries.
Yeah.
So whatever the message, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. That Chai Cat says, I feel like it's also a bit like learning to ride a bike, where you can be told, even practice repeatedly, but after enough times, it eventually clicks.
Yeah.
That's it. You just have to keep trying.
It's, I talk about it in my days of like metalworking. It was like trying to teach somebody to weld or shape metal. I can tell you the movements I make, but what I can't explain to you is the feel that comes when people really talk about hand-eye coordination. It's a lot deeper than just the term at face value is, right? Hand-eye coordination isn't just you being able to pick up a brush, put paint on it, paint the model.
Yeah.
Hand-eye coordination is your brain and your eyeballs sensing what your hand is doing with that paintbrush and making alterations on the fly based on what you see. So if you touch the paintbrush to the model and there's too much paint coming off of it, you stop immediately, wipe some off on your thumb or a paper towel, and then go back. So you're always judging consistency and flow as it happens when you go to the real world touch on the model, and then adjust as you go. Otherwise, you cause all sorts of problems. So you're constantly evaluating. When I'm welding or when I'm working metal, I have to watch the way, because metal, when you're welding, turns into near liquid, right? You are at that point turning a puddle of your weld. And so as a liquid, you're watching that puddle move, and it takes on a life of its own. And if I start seeing it layer incorrectly or not have enough of a puddle or start cutting too deep, I have to back off. So I have to watch the way the metal is moving. I can't just go in saying, I know how to weld. Sometimes you can. But most of the time, you have to treat every situation as something new. There could be an imperfection in the material, a spot that's not clean, the gas bubble. If you know anything about welding, the gas could not be covering and cleaning at enough time. The art gets dirty, whatever, and so you wind up having your puddle deflect, and you got to stop. Or if you're doing MIG, you might have the anode actually hit the metal and weld itself to the metal. So you got to be careful. So you have all these things you have to be watching. When you're grinding metal, you have to watch the way the metal moves as you grind because it has a grain to it. And paint is no different. So I can tell you all the time, put the paint on the model. But until you try what I show you and see how it works and say, ooh, I'm covering too much of my base layer, I'm not covering enough of my base layer, and then get it to where it makes sense as to how you can correct what you're seeing, that's when the light bulb goes off, right? It's when you get to that point where it's like, I now understand why what I'm seeing is happening. I'm not getting enough color. I thinned it too much. So now you know, and you go back and correct it. That's when the light bulbs start going off, because you have to be always kind of looking and adapting your workflow to what the outcome that you're seeing is and why. So it takes a lot, and it seems overwhelming at first because of that. But it ultimately is not that bad.
Digital Artist says, I have a question about the primer. I bought it at a local store and it seems super thick to the point where my airbrush struggles to push it out. Is it supposed to be that thick?
No.
No. And you shouldn't have to add water to it at all. And then, where's this one? I think I may be painting with the brush tip regularly. Could that be why I struggle with the brush drying out quickly when trying to paint?
Yes, because you don't get the correct paint flow when painting with the tip of the brush. You need to bend the hairs more aggressively than you can at the tip in order to really make it work. So painting with the side gets the brush hairs to deflect more, which releases more paint, which makes it more controllable. So yeah, you could be seeing issues because you're painting with the tip for sure. Makes it feel like you have less control, or that your paint is drying out before you get to use it because it's sticking on the brush, right? You can't get it to come off the brush is what's happening.
And smaller brushes tend to dry quicker.
Yeah, the number 1 that I'm using right now will give me a lot more hassle because it doesn't, number 1, it just doesn't hold as much paint, right? Yeah. So it can wind up causing a problem because there's not as much paint on this brush as a bigger brush. Sometimes you'll want to over dampen your brush and have your paint be a little bit thinner so that it flows a little bit better for longer off of a brush like this, because it doesn't have as thick of a bundle of hair as even the number 2. But it gives you a really good way to get into tight details. So it's kind of a give and take.
Sometimes it gives, sometimes it takes.
The brush giveth, the brush taketh away. Oh yeah, you heard me.
That's a good book title. That's your autobiography.
That's my autobiography.
That's right. You're going to write that, and that's going to be great. Started up a brush.
I know, like on these lines, I know I can only pull the line so far before my brush would hit the border and get black paint on it. So I have to be very careful and do the line one direction and then come back and pull it the other direction too, to thicken it up and to make sure that I don't get, paint everywhere. Especially down here where I have the body is preventing my brush stroke from being as heavy-handed as I was able to do up top.
I've learned more, Travel Cedric says, I've learned more about painting from Jason than any YouTuber, and even Vince. Watching and listening to Jason Daily Show sinks in while most YouTubers rush through it in 20 minutes. It often takes hours to listen to understand, and that's kind of why we do this part, right? When you do it live, you can't speed it up, right? Most YouTube content lives in that 20 minutes, right?
It has to.
It's the reality, right? And you can gain certain things from certain videos here and there. And there's some really good videos. Vince makes great videos. He makes awesome videos. But at the end of the day, we that's kind of what we do here, right? We show you the whole process. So we appreciate that.
Yeah,
that's my long-winded way of saying thank you.
It's the big point of what we do and why we prefer live over studio recorded. I feel like the studio recording, I hate the term lazy, but you get lazy, as you know, as a film producer, because you get used to the fact that the editing time eats up so much time out of your schedule as a human being with hours that are important. You film it, and then you have to edit it, and the bulk of time spent is in the editing. And if you realize you missed something in the filming, you get lazy and you don't go back and add it. You just trim the video to match the footage you have a lot of times.
Yeah.
And so you can get in that cyclical version of what hits, and then the algorithm hits on a video, and so you reproduce that over and over. Here, it's never really about the numbers for us. It's not about an algorithm. It's not about who else shows up in chat. We love our chat, and people have been coming here for coming up on 10 years, and we love that. But it's never really about that. This is a place where we can use this as a reference for you to come and spend time having fun. Chris and I banter about, chat banters with us. We have good entertainment as well. But it doesn't have to be produced and scripted. We can just kind of go, like yesterday, just trying to figure out how to do the kind of plasma globe on the head and in the eyes. We can just kind of figure it out as we go and kind of explore things as a group, which I think helps a lot of the viewers get a feel for their own journey better. Sometimes we don't hit all the points that people want us to. People want us to paint pink plaid and we don't do it, but
Shark, I'll say this. I'll just say this right now. You're watching the director's cut. So what I'm hearing is there are endless hours of commercial video left on the cutting room floor. Release the director's cut. Shark, this is where we get this is the director's cut. Luckily for us, we have the opposite problem sometimes where you always have the full version. That's why I always put the actual link to the VOD in the video. That's a little hint to everybody, by the way. If you want to know exactly where it comes from, because we have to take it over how many days, right? Otherwise, our videos would be an hour and a half long, and then why didn't you just watch the VOD?
Yeah.
So we have to kind of have a balance for us here, but I always put the link to the VOD in the description. Chris, unrelated question. I'm trying to work on taking pictures of my whips, but I keep overhead lighting glare that washes out a lot of the color. Any direction on how to fix it with a phone camera? Depending on which yours, the current portrait modes for most cameras are now giving way too much bloom and too much actual fake depth of field. So don't use portrait mode if you have a phone that's a year and a half old. That's my opinion. If you're talking about actual glare from above, but I keep getting overhead light glare that washes out the color, put your light further back. Your light's probably too close, so your camera's probably over adjusting for it. So I would try that first and put it in front of the model, not above the model, right? Otherwise, your model's going to produce a bunch of shadows that you didn't put on the model.
Yeah.
That's the main key, is that you want front light. If you happen to have a backlight from an angle from the above to highlight the back of it, that's how you can get more depth of field on it. But I would start there, if that answers your question. Yes, this is the hashtag Christmas sushi cut. It's happening right in front of you. Right here. Yeah, and always shoot the darkest as possible, if that makes sense, that your camera will pick up. Otherwise, you will blow out the image. And your camera can't adjust.
Remember, too, that modern camera phone or phone cameras, however you want to say it, are built to kind of make photo taking effortless. So they're making a lot of nuanced changes that you don't want as a
as a mini
photographer.
They are built in to make your face look better. Let's just put it that way. It's literally built into their technology.
Yeah.
Make me look better.
I don't have my phone here. I'd show you how I do this stuff with mine, but
Twisted Farmer, do you think we could get a painting terms reference in the Discord? What do you mean? What's that?
Like a glossary of terms?
Oh.
We've thought about that.
Chris needs that. I need this.
Yeah. Everybody does.
What does that look like, you think, Jason?
I mean, exactly what it is. It's just an alphabetical glossary of terms. Glazing, washes, filter, come up with all the terms, slap chop, all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
It would be a living document because there's no way we'd hit them all, Oh.
What's that?
Oops.
What happened?
I forgot that I had done some white transparent on this. I'm going to do these without it and see how it works.
Okay. Can you come up a little, Jason?
No.
I'm going to zoom in. There we go.
No, I can't.
You just did, though.
I won't.
You just did that. Oh, I'm
shan't.
hiding it. Oop. There you go.
I shan't. You can't make me.
You shoot? Lightroom is good, Brent. But you got to be careful. Sometimes with Lightroom, it'll oversaturate, depending on the settings you use.
Yeah, again, Lightroom you have to set it up just like you would your phone to work for the subject matter you're doing.
Yeah.
It won't know how to do it immediately, and all of its presets are set for like other things.
Yes, but if you do take the time and set Lightroom up, it's good, right? We use Lightroom and Photoshop when trying to accurately get our colors. That's kind of how we do it, but yeah, you have to set it up in a way to get that true. Is that a speaker in the hand? No, or he's doing like light eyeball lenses like he did the eyes.
Yeah, just like the eyes.
Yeah, that's what he's doing in that. No free pub. Brent. No, I did not, Lumberjack. I have been distant in the Discord as of yesterday and the other day. I've been very distracted lately when I go home. So I will have to check it out. No, Lumberjack, I don't hate you. No. I don't hate anybody.
That's a lie.
What?
He hates me.
What? False. Can you come up a little bit?
No.
Pretty please for Christopher on Sugar on top.
I am as high as I can physically paint, Chris.
You raise me higher.
Oh God, I didn't mean to do it, Chet. I apologize.
He's painting in this little area, so you guys can see it when my face is.
Well, I'm literally like right now. If you look where the model is, it's at the top third of the paper. I can't go any higher. My arms won't let me.
Your arms won't let you?
I paint here. Every model I paint is here on the center of the paper, and I'm having to do this.
Let's move your camera. I'm doing this right now, chat, for you. Son of a gun.
Here comes the motion sickness. Rap music. He's over here, old man snorting under his breath. He's like, damn 36-year-olds and their rap music. What rap music?
How's that?
You gotta tell me. You're the one that keeps asking me to move. This is where I paint.
Back up a little bit. Oh, that's where you paint?
Yeah, this is where I paint. I wish you could hear him right now. He's just grumbling, grumble, mumble, mumble, grumble, grumble.
Hey, I do good stuff.
I can't believe you were younger than me on.
I didn't say that.
That's what he's saying. He's like, I can't believe you could get younger than me.
All right, everybody.
Stop listening to Fred Astaire
No,
or whatever the hell you listen to. He's like a dancer, but
no, I'm love a good soundtrack. I think that's why. I'm glad I'm
Dude,
not
I
the only
guarantee if
person.
I went and listened to soundtracks that normal humans listen to, it would not have said I was 93.
No, I will admit, I do like a good. I listen to a lot of ambient music, right?
Also, not what 93-year-olds listen to.
They do.
Your cousin outed you on what you really listen to.
What does she out me on? She doesn't know what I listen to.
All right.
What did she say?
I'm not telling you. You got to go take it up with her.
What? What did she out? Say it publicly, immediately.
Nope.
Chris, I was 72 on mine. Swifter Bear, there's a bunch of people who have actually had the same complaint that I have. They just haven't been as old as me.
And then there's me, where mine said I was 36.
I fixed the issue. I fixed the centering, Jason.
Awesome.
You know what's crazy? I'm going to say this. And then we'll get back on track. I can't believe the quality of that ball joint head that we have up there.
It's really good.
That is not.
It never moves.
There are $300, $400 ball heads you can get, and that one is not that. And it's still holding up for 3 years now. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
So that's my TED Talk.
But we don't mess with it much either.
No. But it's just like holding that tight position. Lumberjack said, I'm 44 and mine said 39. No free pub for them. This is a painting stream.
Kids today. That damn lumberjack guy. He doesn't even chop wood.
I'm just glad somebody said it.
He drives a freaking truck and not for a lumber company.
Have you ever transported wood?
Oh, I've transported wood before.
Hey, yo! Amen, brother!
Amen, brother.
That one's for Kyle.
Does he say that a lot?
Yep, he says. Oh, speaking of Kyle.
I wasn't. You were.
Speaking of Kyle.
What?
Welcome in, everybody.
Oh, my God.
Jason, I figured out, I was going to talk to you before stream, but I was busy doing business things. I found some faces that we can do a face example on. So I'm gonna get that all set up for you.
Phantasmal, Christopher. I love your initiative.
When you're painting your faces, do you like to put them on little wires and then on a cork? Like if I had a little Space Marine head?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun to do so. Like I've got this guy.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect. I'm going to do that, but smaller.
Yeah.
I really need this. I need this example, Jason. See, that's good. That's a great size head. I just need smaller because my halflings are in dire need. I keep avoiding that project, Jason.
What project?
The halflings.
Well, then get the heads.
I'm working on it,
Jeez.
man. I'm working on it, dude.
I can't make it any easier for you than saying, hey, you know what, Chris? If you put a lot of heads on this table, I'll paint them.
Will you? What if I put my halflings up there?
No, I won't paint your halflings for you.
No, you shouldn't.
I won't do it.
We can't start there. I've already. Hey, what you could do? What do you feel about painting a giant, Jason?
I won't do it. I've already asked you to paint a giant. He said no. And so I painted my own. I had to go out and buy my own damn giant.
Jason, what if you painted a giant?
Won't do it.
What if we painted King Broad on stream, chat?
Won't do it. I will not paint a giant for you.
No, Mondays. Okay. I thought this would be kind of cool. I think a couple little mini series. I would love if Jason paints the face. Right?
Yikes, that was almost very scary.
That was very scary.
I recognized at the last minute that bottle was open.
What?
The Payne's Gray bottle was open, and I shook it right over the model.
Wow. Did
like,
you get it on there?
Shook it right over the model, and I got it. So I've moved the model now.
I see it over here.
I've moved the model now. Back out.
Yeah.
Can you back out? I shook this.
Yeah.
And right here you can see I have a line of Payne's Gray where I went like this, whoop, and it spattered this as opposed to on the model.
What? That would have been so Art Deco.
That would have been so Art Deco.
No. So here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna give Jason. Jason's gonna do a little tutorial on the faces, right? And then I'll obviously watch it because that's my job. And then I'll get up
I
there.
thought your job was to clean brushes.
Which disappointing sound do I want to play?
Which disappointing sound? Which disappointing sound do I want to play? I love it.
That's what I'm saying. And then once Jason is, done showing me, then I'll grab my halfling, the model I want to do it on, and then I'll try it. And then Jason can ridicule me.
When have I ever done that?
I'm kidding. I was just kidding. I was doing that for that bit right there.
When have I ever ridiculed anybody for their painting?
Fool! No, he's never done that. But then you could just coach me through it or give me tips while I'm doing it. What do you think of that, Jason? That's my answer.
Was that good?
I take it back. It's not happening.
Was that good?
He doesn't want to do it.
I mean,
is that your subtle answer of saying no?
Do I have to?
You don't want to. Wow. Hey, you know what? Never mind, chat. I'll just sit over here thinking about my Hobbit faces.
Why don't you just produce the show?
That's what I'm doing immediately, right now, all the time. I tried. Because we're also going to do that with non-metallic metal. No,
that I'm down for. But I got to sit over there and teach you.
Yeah, but you wouldn't do that with the faces.
I would sit over there and watch you paint faces. I coach you.
That's the idea.
But you just said I would paint them and you would watch and then you would paint them
afterwards.
That's not the way this works.
No, that's the point.
I sit over there and I coach you while you do it.
But that's the point. Is that I'll watch and then I will try to replicate it.
No.
In my way.
You've already had that time.
Not like this.
You've proven it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
I've painted so many faces with you sitting in that chair.
I'm doing many things.
And you haven't made it click yet, so no, that's not what we're doing.
Oh.
What we're doing is I'm going to sit over there in that chair.
We'll do that.
I'm going to steer the ship.
Hey, speaking of steering the ship, Valhalla Painting, thank you for that raid. Welcome in, Raiders.
Welcome, everybody.
Now, I would agree with non-metallic metal 100%, which I was thinking about, if when we do it, I should do steel.
You do whatever you want to do.
Non-metallic steel.
Whatever you want, Chris. Whatever you want.
You mean whatever I want?
No,
okay.
But whatever you want.
Okay. Little Billy says, speaking of faces, Chris has a nice one. Little Billy, oh. Thank you. And by the way, Valhalla Painting, thank you so much for that raid.
Showed Chuck and Jay Little Billy's drawing.
Oh, that's nice.
That Brenda did.
Oh, that's cool. That's really nice of you. What did they say? Oh, Jason, I don't want to see that.
Chuck and Jade got a good laugh out of it.
That's good, at my expense.
Why is that at your expense? It's a great drawing.
Of me as a little baby boy?
Well, he did say goo goo gaga baby.
Say goo goo gaga baby. Little Billy, you're so great.
Do you notice that you are missing the whole point of this? That she spent a really good amount of time on characterizing you, and Little Billy is a stick figure.
But that's the funny part of the drawing.
Yes.
I look like a good little baby.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Chuck says, I need to start requesting drawings with all future orders. Oh, welcome in, Raiders. We're Monument Hobbies. My name is Christopher, and that is Jason. We are painting up one of our new Frameables. This is the Duchess Prime that released a couple weeks ago. Wait, last week. Wow.
2 weeks.
2 weeks? No.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks as of today. Can you believe we're not even through with the orders from that week?
It's a long haul. And we are catching up. So if you haven't gotten your order yet, thank you so much for your patience. We are catching up. So
it took us over a full business week to ship out just Monday's orders. That has never in the history of our company happened.
Legendary. Hoo-doo-doo. Lots of orders. But anyway, you can get these on our website right now.
I love how I just said, but anyway.
But anyway, there it is. Kablam. There's a link to our store. Hey, and if you're in the EU, here you go. Kablam.
Wait, Christopher, are you saying that customers in the EU can order direct from Monument Hobbies now?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Well, let me tell you in a song. Da-da-da-dun-dun-dun. If you're in the EU, order from the EU.
I love the da-da-da-da-da.
I see you, EU. You like that? Crazy. Yeah, he says, that's because your products are the best. Hey, thank you so much. We appreciate that. No singing, says Lumberjack.
We try. We put a lot of effort to it, and then it continues to blow our minds when people show up like that. So we were not prepared.
We were mentally and emotionally prepared, but not physically, because we were physically
unprepared.
Unprepared.
I'm just gonna say it. Is that what you're shooting for?
I think so.
Okay.
We are though crushing it, and thank you to our fulfillment team. They are really crushing it. Lucas Meister, hey, first time chat. Thank you so much. Hey guys, can you tell me how you don't pull off the dried color from the mini while touching it? Every time I touch my minis on already painted spots, I touch my minis. Oh, some things get off. Okay, you just have to be careful with how you touch your paint. That's for sure.
Yeah, it is it's really a make sure that you're not really putting a whole lot of weight. Like when you see my fingers on the model, I'm never really pressing into the surface. I'm lightly resting my fingers on the plastic or resin. And, you know, early on, if it's just the primer layer, sometimes I might rub a little bit of primer off.
Yeah.
By touching, I mean, you can see like the corners and stuff where I've been holding it a little heavy. I don't know if that was ever primed, but like down here, you can see I've rubbed off on the corners because I'll hold it, and that I will hold tighter. But yeah, I if you look at models that we work on here, where I hold the model by the base, you can see I rub a lot of the primer off of the base.
Yeah.
Right. But typically not on the model itself, unless like sometimes I'll hold it, you know, like this. And maybe if my finger continues to rub against the back of the jump pack, I might rub paint off the face eventually. And then at the end of the model, I just go back, and that's the last thing I do is touch up those areas if there's anything that's rubbed off. I don't let it bug me. It shouldn't be something you worry about.
Yeah, you just have to go back. That's the reality. And even using a painting handle, sometimes that
100%.
It's the same thing, right?
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest things to teach people is don't let it bother you. It's just part of what happens as a painter. You will fix things that you didn't mean to mess up, right? Constantly. Some of that happens when you rub paint off. Some of that happens when you drop the model, when you drop the paintbrush, right? And I think if you are in a position where you aren't, or you're afraid of having to fix those things, then when they happen, they're suffocating.
Yeah.
As opposed to being things that you're just like, well, that sucks, but I'll fix it. We've talked about that. Heck, we had that video where I had to cut Sanguinius's wing off.
Oh, we don't talk about that day.
Right? I had to cut the Sanguinius model's wing off because it was when I was painting the blood drop icons that I realized
the shoulder pad,
that the shoulder pad was on upside down. And in order to get the shoulder pad off, I had to clip all that stuff off of there. So it was a real pain in the butt.
I remember that day where Jason's like, oh.
You know what I'm realizing?
Wait a minute.
This doesn't work. I have to change this.
This is not the way.
Yeah. And so, it sucks, but just get in the habit of saying, okay, I know these things happen, so I'm just prepared at all times to be like, okay, well, no big deal. I will, at the end of the model, if I know I'm rubbing paint off, I typically won't fix it as soon as I see it. I'll wait till the end of the model because chances are you're only rubbing paint off where it's natural for you to hold the model.
Yeah.
And so if you fix it, you're just going to rub it off again. And no amount of wearing gloves and stuff will really help if you're putting that much pressure in a particular area.
Yeah.
So you have to be a little careful with all that. Just the way it works.
No, it is on March 13th of 2055 or 2055. Whoa.
What's that?
2025 is that VOD. Where
2055.
2055, Jet. See, I am a time traveler. No, and I did not build that Sugar Rush. I did not build that model.
Which model?
Sanguinius.
Sure he did.
Me? No, sir, Bob. You did.
X up in chat if you don't believe Chris.
If you X up in chat, you're banned. See how I did that? Whoosh! I have to catch up.
Punisher.
No, Gandalf. Chris has really long-term plans. Yes, I have taken a photo of every stream this year since the beginning, and I'm gonna make it into a short video. That's like 306 or not? It's like 200 something photos that I've edited for the stream thumbnails. Because I take one after every day, so I've kept them all in the same Photoshop file. So as those come up, it's a very large Photoshop file. So I think it'd be cool to put them all together.
In a collage?
Yeah, so it'll go quick, right? Where it's like our year of streaming will it'll just show you all the stuff we've painted. No, Lucas, it's not that big. Chris, I've sent a picture of my face in main chat. Let me know how accurate the drawing is. I can't. I'm not gonna look in Discord right now, little Billy, but I will afterwards. What says come at me, bro? Jason did because it was fully primed. That's right. That's right, Mo. We have the proof. Jason built it.
Oh, that was a nice dig.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
I'll allow it.
It was a side dig. I see. That's okay. I accept these slings and arrows from chat. Know what you're all up to.
I wish you didn't have to put up with this stuff, Chris, because I know your true value.
Oh boy, you can't even say that with a straight face. I know what you have to put up with, Chris. Hooty hooty hoo.
Oh, now I say hooty hooty hoo.
Working with Photoshop regularly, I think a 200 gig Photoshop file would melt because any computer. Yes, Lumberjack, or Flapjack, they don't get that big. And yes, Jen was saying earlier that the fulfillment team is crushing it. Yeah, they are. They're killing it. Speaking of killing it,
hooty hooty hoo.
Now you're a painting owl. I think that's what Jason's spirit animal is a painting owl.
I mean, if we go to what my favorite model of all time has been, Percival is it, and he's an owl.
You think? Did you paint that in 2025? No, 2024.
No, last year.
Yeah. What's been your favorite model this year, Jason?
Oh boy, that's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Most enjoyable to paint
this year.
Yeah.
I would have to think back to everything we've done this year.
I can help you with. Well, actually, no. Our stream thumbnails do this, and they're mainly for me.
I don't know. That's a real hard question to answer. We've painted a lot, and by we I mean I, and by I mean Jason. By Jason I mean we the people. We've painted. Is there anything that really stands out? All of it. Sanguinius was pretty good, right? Yeah. I would say that Space Marine you painted, the little Inquisitor, the old hammer,
was probably my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought that was a really cool. I really like that model.
Okay.
I think it was like the best representation of painting an old model that I've seen personally. And like, oh, that makes me want to buy old models. So, because it doesn't have to be even, doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter how old the thing is. If you take your time and do something, you can make it look really good. That's why I liked it.
Cool.
Also, that Space Marine you did, that quick workup Space Marine.
Oh, the Ultramarine?
Also, just a very good workup for everybody to like take from, where you could just do it, right?
Yep. With
any faction. Also, Surfer Girl was a really good one.
Yeah.
They're all good.
I enjoyed the Surfer Girl. I really liked the wood grain that we did on the Surfer Girl for the surfboard. That was a lot of fun.
Yep.
I like parts of models, right? I think Lord Bzz might have been one of my favorites.
He's cool. Yep. Great.
Lord Bzz was a lot of fun. The Pirate was fun. I'm not quite done with him, but the Pirate was fun. All of them are fun.
Yeah, even even your army project's been really good too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love the Blood Angels. Did we do Antonio El Tigre this year?
That was the first video we did in the new studio.
I really liked that one.
Yep.
The tank was really cool.
That we did that this year. Yep.
I mean, come on, man. That's the thing when you paint by rule of cool. I haven't disliked any models.
That Tau up there, the white
Tau,
one?
the Ghost Skill. That's probably the closest I come to not caring about the model. And not being like completely wowed, like it's not rule of cool. But when I think about, if we're going to paint white armor, why don't we do this? Because it is kind of cool as an outcome.
Yeah.
You know?
It was because you chose that because we specifically were like, okay, what's a good model?
Somebody had asked in chat about painting Tau.
Yep.
And I was like, I don't paint. I think it was when I don't know if it was before we painted the Vespids.
Yep.
But it was one of those where I'm like, I don't do a lot of Tau, but we do want to paint white armor. So it would make sense to do that.
Yep. And then I would have to say Baby J, for my favorite Baby J one, I would have to say this orc that he did on October when you were gone. This orc is fantastic.
Oh, he did a really quick job on that one too, and it looked great.
It's dumb how fast he did this and how good it looks. Kudos to Jordan. That was on October 21st. Sorry, I just was reminiscing.
Jordan is good painter.
Shark says, Jason, are there any models you look forward to painting on the show in the future, model or style?
Nothing that jumps out at me right now. We don't plan very far ahead, so I don't have like a view of what is coming. I need to figure that out.
Yeah.
A lot of it will be that we'll be starting to do like, so, the shorts that we run.
Yep.
A lot of the shorts that we run will now be moving over to outtakes from the stream. Mm-hmm. So Chris and I'll be planning a lot of things. If there's stuff, we'll probably open some form of a channel in Discord where people can say, hey, what would be cool would be X, Y, or Z.
Yeah.
And then we'll take a look at those things and figure out models that I like that would bring, the things you guys want to see to the forefront.
Yeah.
So that stuff is always fun. I really do, as much as, we joke about how, like, you'll say, paint pink plaid, and I'll be like, never. I really do enjoy taking things that people are interested in seeing.
Yeah.
And putting them into the stream, especially.
Well, and that's why, and if you look at what that is, a lot of people, that's why we do a lot of focus on non-metallic metal, I would say. That's a big question.
It's a huge question for people.
We probably get that question. If I went back and figured out how to figure out the transcript of all of these chats, that's probably the biggest one, is non-metallic metal. And then glazing and layering is the short. That's why we do so much videos on glazing and layering, because there's 1,000 ways to describe it, and it might hit for you differently depending on what video you're watching. No, Papa Chicken, I don't think so. Papa Chicken's asking, are the ears going to be the same as the eyes and hands?
No, I'm doing the same kind of line work, but much tighter, almost like it's a mesh grill is my thinking. But I'm playing it by ear as I go. No pun intended. Actually, lots of pun intended.
I see what you did there.
See, playing it by ear.
Good for you. Like that. Good job,
You
Jason.
got nothing but great jokes here, folks.
Kablam. Mondays, you can go watch Jordan do Pink Plaid right now. Actually, there's not going to be a tutorial on it because you should see the whole full version of it, which is on September 26th. Go watch this. You want to know how to paint your Harlequins? Go literally watch this immediately. Jordan did an excellent job on that. It just changed the colors out, and there you go. Ogre, yes, because glazing and layering kicks people's butts. That's true. That's why we talk about it all the time. We want to get you guys comfortable. See how aggressive I just got right there? We want you comfortable.
Get comfortable, people. Jeez.
Start glazing and layering. Glazing is very difficult for me. I'm learning. And it's not the thing is not difficult, right? But the stream is not difficult. Or not stream. Glazing is not difficult.
Can you pop in a little close?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I might have just malfunctioned. Just watch and ask about glazing and layering. That's all I can tell you. Look at those little eyes. Oh, I'm not.
This is a very small area I'm having to play in here to get some reflection happening. So, you know, it's the deets and doots, like this little area right here on the side of the eye.
Yeah.
I have this bright spot up top on the trim. So I'm going to get in there and just do a little poke of brightness on that back plate too.
Yeah. Nice. That's really zoomed in.
And then I want to, when I have this shine that's on the cheek, wants to have a little bit of a reflection up here too, back into the eye. But just a little line there that follows along with that reflection from the cheek.
Mm-hmm. Papa Chicken says, can you remind me of the basic ratio of mix? Noosh, water, paint? I know it can vary based on what you're trying to do, but I can't remember the baseline ratio.
I typically do like 8 or 10 to 1 noosh to paint. And then water is just kind of up to you. Like, what do you want to... How much do you want it to flow? The more water you add, the quicker it dries. You got to be a little careful with that, but not too bad.
Yeah. I can't get how much that looks so smooth. Yeah. Practice. Gotta practice. Ooh. Pep Dog, that's a great question. What 3 colors do you use most often across all your miniatures?
Dark purple, Payne's gray.
Yeah, those I was about to say those 2 are like the staples for sure. I would say the bright pale yellows. Bright pale yellow?
either bright pale yellow or the white blue that I'm using right now. As tints. So there's 2 shades and a tint in there if you're making me pick 3. Because you'll always have shade and highlight on every model. And so what are the colors that I typically go to? White blue when I'm doing things like this, like non-metallic steel or silver, which we do a lot of. And then pale yellow when I'm doing non-metallic gold or just highlights for warm colors, you know. The white blue for cool colors, the yellow for warm.
Papa Chicken likes the bounce light on the eye lens frame you're doing there.
Yeah.
It does add, yeah, it is pretty cool, Papa Chicken. It definitely adds that extra. It's such a little amount of paint for such a massive amount of character. You know, that characteristic of adding that really makes it pop out.
Like how her eyes are like one's a little lower than the other one.
Yeah. Beep boop.
When we look at it like this, because I did them so that when it's framed on the money shot, they look level.
Yeah.
But they're not level front on.
That's
right?
okay.
Because of the angle of the head.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The foreshortening.
Cordish says, I'm on my 4th bottle of dark purple in 2 years.
Yeah, dark purple, Payne's gray, both of those are just all the time used on damn near every model, right?
Yeah. Photon, sorry, keep going, Jason.
No, that's fine.
You. Photon was asking, do you suggest a universal pro acryl paint for bright highlights? What about cold highlights? You really like the white blue.
Well, white blue, but it's not a universal. It's like a mixer, right?
Okay.
Each color winds up with its own highlight. So I don't know that I can say there's a universal. I just know that I use white blue and pale yellow because they mix so well. You know, white blue with cool colors like Payne's gray.
Yeah.
And white blue is the only thing I'm using right now to get this frame done with the non-metallic. But pale yellow, you know, you can add into reds, oranges, yellows, all the warm colors, purples even. And that works really well. So that's why I say they're the most used. You know, it's not because they're, well, I mean, I could say that they're favorites to some extent. Okay, I want you to look real close. Pop in close. Mm-hmm. Again, I've set up this highlight here on the bronze that has this kind of vertical cylindrical shine right here.
Yeah.
So I follow that on the eye.
There we go.
Right. So I put that right on that eye area too to match it.
Uh-huh.
And then I need to kind of T-bone into it from up here.
I'm really zoomed in there, chat.
And then we'll flip it upside down. Right? And get it from the bottom too. And why am I putting a reflection on the bottom? Well, because that reflection carries on to the cheek area.
Yeah.
Ever so slightly. And so that would be its own light source, right? Anytime a light reflects onto another surface when dealing with metals, you have the chance to create another point of light. And so make sure that you carry that around like so.
There it is. Ooh, nice. I see that right there. That's great.
And then I can kind of put like a small, I don't want to do a big reflection over here because this is the offside, so it wouldn't have as much brightness on that other edge, but it keeps it a little more lively. And then same thing on this. I want to capture that edge a little bit. We have here. Because of that reflection on the nose.
Yeah, that's really good.
Just some small details you can throw on.
Photon says, thank you. I actually have pale yellow and white blue in my collection.
Awesome. Great colors. It's really hard to get to.
No, it's okay. I figured.
I apologize.
No, you're good. I'm following you. Okay, I can see that little grid that you're doing.
Looking
Ted-
like the mesh on a microphone head.
Yeah. A tadpole, you got your butt set? Nice. Glad you got your butt set, man. It's good stuff. That butt set.
He just likes saying that.
Me, I don't. I don't know. Little Billy says the precision is insane. It definitely is. Has got some deets and dudes going on today. That's for sure. Looking nice. Oops, there we go. Oh, look at that. Very nice.
And then I'll want to take a little bit of my Payne's Gray and a lot of water so that I get it very glaze thin, right? So I'm testing it over here over the brighter blue like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that I can come back in here and do a little bit across the top where it would be shaded by that
little
upper ledge.
Uh-huh.
Because as you can imagine, it's really hard to do the grill as a 3D thing, but I can create a little shading like that.
Mo, Jason does have his butts, his wizard's butt set. Yes, he's got some in the studio. I did not. I have some over here too, but I did. I have it. I have my own. If that's what you're asking, Mo. Yes, I do. I take that back. I haven't used it yet. That's kind of the catch-22 of Wizard's Butt, because it's like, ooh, this is a cool color. Oh, I got to use this color. Oh, this color. Where does it go? So I use it wisely. My midnight blue. Sexy time blue.
Somebody was talking in Discord as if they thought the Sexy Time Blue was a speed paint, which it is not.
No.
So do not get that excitement built up there, because it is definitely not a speed paint. There are no non-normal colors or normal paints formulated in the Wizard's Butt set. Somebody was, I can't wait to use it's not really a speed paint. I'm like, that doesn't exist in that, but I apologize if I misled you.
I don't think so. We've been pretty clear.
I want to do a little stippling in here in the grid to make it look like where the lines cross over one another. Some of them stick out a little bit more.
There it is.
This is insanity. You don't have to do this kind of crap.
Yes. Papa Chicken says, did I do something to make Jason mad? I'm beginning to feel like he refuses to release Eclectic Salmon. Is a personal vendetta at this point. Whatever it is, I'm sorry. I promise I'll treat Chris as well as he deserves from now on. Papa Chicken, it's too late.
Papa Chicken.
If that's what that...
No.
No, Papa Chicken, we love every single one of our pro children, our pro children, pro occult, our hobby, obviously our hobby nerds, but I was trying to come up with a pro
occultist.
Pro occultist.
Like that. That'll work.
Very nice.
That'll work.
Looks good.
That'll do her. Little dabber doer.
Little dabber doer. That one's for the books. You're never getting your request, Papa Chicken. I'm sorry. Not happening. Hashtag maybe. as Lumberjack would say. No, Lumberjack would say, hashtag still waiting.
That was exactly what Tim would say.
GW. It's a GW model, isn't it?
Tim, you gonna take that from him?
It's GW. Dang it. Lumberjacks, I'm not even listening. What's going on? Oh, I was just giving you acolytes and fun praises, Tim. I did a great Tim impression.
It's a bang-up impression of Tim.
You missed it, Tim. Oh, man.
Pop Chicken, this one's for you.
What is it?
It's so loud.
Put a paint in that mouth.
It's so very realistic.
Put a paint in there. Put a paint. Put a bottle of paint.
Put a bottle of paint in there?
Yeah. We'll take a little. Yeah. Oh. Nom, nom, nom. Don't do what the chicken's doing. You can't see me. Let me take my face off. Wow. It's like what you put on a trumpet or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's the mute.
That's great.
Can you guys even hear it now?
Oh, it's registering.
Now it sounds like a wounded child in a far-off room.
Oh, yeah, that's wonderful.
Oh,
This thing's coming out pretty good, Jason.
why is the chicken eating the paint? Don't eat the paint.
Startle Poppy. She's so confused.
Oh, really?
Oh. Hey, Tech Elf. 18 months. Thank you for that sub.
Papa Chicken says, I'm sorry, you're welcome.
Poor Poppy. Get the
I'm sorry. You're welcome.
Looking good, Jason. When are we repriming it?
Right now.
Could you imagine? Just...
Can you imagine the fate that we would get?
What?
Okay, I'm going to highlight the bronze. And then...
Is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely want to come back and touch some stuff up. The neck, her little gusseted neck, I haven't really done anything with, but that's because from the money shot, it really is in complete shadow. It doesn't need a lot, but we need to highlight the bronze. So...
You need to highlight the bronze.
You need to watch your tone with me.
You're right. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Father Frivesend.
When was the last time you were here, my son?
Good day.
That was yesterday.
Good day. All I have to get back to work. Hey, thank you for tuning in. And speaking of tuning in,
welcome everybody. I won't do it.
You just kind of did.
Dang it.
What are you gonna do? Is this
I got roped into it?
Bright pale yellow is what I'm gonna guess.
Bright ivory.
Son of a gun. How did I miss that?
We did ivories for this.
You did?
Uh-huh.
What? No.
The bronze didn't use any yellows.
No.
It was khaki.
No.
And you just need to trust the process here, brother.
Brother. All right, brother. Here we go. Bright ivory. Okay. Ooh, that's bright. The more you know.
We've been hiding this final brightness on the bronze the whole time, waiting to see where all the other colors put the composition.
Oh, Justin PK. At this very moment, I'm airbrush priming metallic minis for my first time, noticing as they dry some metallic shine through. Is it typically more challenging to prime metallic, or did I thin it too much?
To prime metallic?
Priming metallic minis. Okay. Do you
mean the metal? The minis are made out of metal?
Right.
It is challenging to prime metallic minis.
Some metallic shine through. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
yes.
the metal body of the model will shine through. You'll need to do a little bit of layering.
As silly as it is, that little Inquisitor I was talking about earlier took me a second to really prime.
Yep.
Why is that, Jason?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, just because it's so bright, it's a reflective surface, so you're not covering dull plastic.
I guess that's
so you
true.
see it through all the little spots that the plastic probably shines through too, but you don't recognize it as much.
S. Dennis, thank you so much. Welcome in, first time stream. Apparently, I'm already but first time in your stream. Possibly the best painting I've seen in a while. Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
This is one of our new models here at Monument Hobbies. We developed these. They are texture trainer framables, and they go in a frame. Hence the name. So see just a little bit of bright ivory, what a big change it makes.
Yeah, it does. I see. Okay, so you were talking about priming pewter. Okay.
Yeah, because of the shine, more of it will show through in those little in-between areas that wouldn't normally be a problem with plastics or resins. So you just have to do thin layers to cover, and eventually you'll get full coverage. You need to be especially careful, obviously, in like the crotch and underarm regions, where you would wind up with, going to put paint on the model, and now there's a bright silver underlayment, and so it will never get dark as you paint it.
Yeah.
It'll make that area look brighter than it needs to be. So a lot of times what I'll do is go back with a brush primer and hit all the detail areas over a metal model.
Yep.
Just to make sure.
Photon says, paint lesson, chemistry lesson, and science lesson all in one stream. I feel like I'm learning a lot from you guys today. Hey, Photon, that is why we're here. We have, and by we, I mean Jason. It's, Jason and I were talking about this the other day. I think for us, we are, and I say this in a very good way, we are lucky to have Jason in our lives to also have that kind of ability. Right, Jason can switch on a dime. Where you were talking about this. He's
fart jokes to serious.
Well, or you're an artistic engineer, right? You can see the world in both of those, and you just have the knowledge to be able to speak to that. So
yeah, it's weird because a lot of my life has been spent on the engineering side,
right? And you apply a lot of that to your painting.
Yeah, and it has helped me with my art because I'm a big believer in the fact that in order to break rules in an artistic sense, you have to know how to apply the rules directly.
Right.
Meaning that I have to be able to draw a human figure before I can do great cartooning. Because cartooning takes the human figure and abstracts it in ways that still need to be relatable to the people looking at it. It's why Bill Watterson with Calvin and Hobbes was so fantastic, because he knew the dimensioning between hip and knee to ankle, ankle to toe. He then just made it funky with big heads and Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But it made sense. It didn't go into, even Schultz with Peanuts. It made some sense, even with the huge heads.
The massive heads on
right?
Yeah.
And he knew anatomy, which sounds silly when you think about it, but you look at other artists through time. So I'm one of those guys who believes that in order to break the rules in an artistic sense, to really get your story across artistically, you have to know how to apply the rules.
You have to know how to apply the rules to know how to break the rules.
Yeah. Understand the rules. You don't have to be the best at applying them. Like I know some people who aren't very good at like portraiture, and so cartooning is much better for them.
Yeah.
But they still understand anatomy. They still understand how things should look. Whether they can apply it 100% is kind of, that's where you find your style. Like some people are better at painting in realistic tones and can't do vibrant colors. That's fine. There's nothing that says you have to do one versus the other, but you have to at least spend time understanding it. And so that's the way I approach the teaching on the stream, is to try to help people understand those things that kind of guide you to the rules that define the outcome, so that you can say, okay, I know this is supposed to do this. I don't want to do it right now. I want to do this instead because it'll look better.
Double T says, would blue, black, dark neutral gray, and bright neutral gray with tiny specks of bold titanium white be a decent workup for non-metallic steel/iron with the 50-50 blended steps between also? Or is this too ambitious?
Hang on. That was a lot.
This is an ambitious question, Double T. So,
would blue black, dark neutral gray, and bright neutral gray with tiny specks of bold titanium white be a decent workup for non-metallic metal, steel, or iron? I would get rid of the dark neutral gray and go blue black, neutral gray, bright neutral gray, and then the white for your specular highlights. The dark neutral gray and the blue black will fight with each other for the value. They're both very dark. So I don't think you need the dark neutral gray there. The blue black takes its place on the like shadow color that you're going for, I think. But yeah, that'd be great.
Jeff says, I started using Noosh to weather my bolt action vehicles after watching your tank videos. Nice. I love the results and happy I don't have to mess around with oil paints. I made some cool rust effects. What colors would you use as layers of built up / accumulated dry dust and dirt? Not sure if I should start dark workup to lighter colors, ?
Made some cool rust. What colors would you use as layers of built up accumulated dry dust and dirt?
Oh, this is a great question.
I typically start dark. You don't want to build up a lot of contrast unless you're doing mud. And believe it or not, mud is brighter around the outside, darker in the middle where it's thick. So if you're doing dried caked on mud, you do a bright color and then a dark color inside of it. But I like doing, like when I'm doing dirt effects, like, bringing the earth up onto marine legs or onto the tracks of tanks. I typically like to start with a dry brush of something like, now we have things like the drab brown or the dark green brown, things like that can bring the color up. But whatever you've chosen as your dirt color in the on the model itself is going to be the right answer.
Oh, drab brown is such a good color. I love drab brown.
Yeah, 100%.
Beige, what is it? What's the green one? The amp color? Beige green or something? I'm trying to remember. What name that I use?
One of the amp colors?
One of the amp colors. What did I just use? I'm drawing a brain fart.
That's what? It's the gray brown or the green brown?
Green brown.
Green
yes,
brown, yeah.
That was it. I just was playing around with that last
The
night.
gray green is really good too, if that's what you meant.
They're all good, man. The gray green.
They're all very good desaturated dirt colors.
Yes.
But it's gonna really matter more what the base is that you're painting, because if you're doing like Martian Earth, then doing things like burnt orange and burnt sienna are gonna tell the story better. So a lot of it is kind of user's choice on what the ground turf color that you imagine the model being in, and then just bring a darker version of it onto the model first, and then a lighter version.
Joshua, OMG, Jason, what's going on with that palette? What is going on with that palette, Jason?
I don't have a producer that
it's
cleans
called
it anymore. He's just giving up on me, I guess.
I have one. There's a clean one underneath you.
I don't know what to tell you, chat.
He's
giving up on me.
I don't change the palette out.
Until
the project,
like I'll come in and it'll just be clean, and if it's not, I don't know what to do.
It's based on the project. It's based on the project. I forgot to clean it.
X up in chat if you think he's gaslighting me.
I'm not. It is. I truly clean the palette after he's done with a project. That's how I typically clean the palette. Because right now, I want to also keep this clean palette so that he remembers colors. So he can go look over at his palette and see what he used. That's why I do it. This one, though, in particular, I forgot to clean after October. And by October, I mean October. And by November, I mean December. And by December, I mean welcome in, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody.
We landed that plane, and I'm a liar and a thief.
It's a big sigh, Chris.
Man, you ever just been wiped out?
Wiped out?
Wiped out by chat. You're all exhausting. Look at all these X's. You're all fired, banned, canceled. What are we Xing? I missed it, but assuming Chris messed something up again. I don't mess things up. I intentionally do everything on purpose. And
so now he's just a terrorist.
No.
Now he planned all this. It was much more palatable before he told me he just planned it all.
No, I do this on purpose. Oh, I keep the palette dirty so that it's all based on the project. It's continuity, even though continuity is really tough to do, but especially when painting. But I can't turn that part of my brain off, right? So if I make a tutorial where Jason is painting something, and then it fast forwards to another day and there's a clean palette, my continuity brain cannot allow that to happen. I just can't have it in the video. It's continuity errors. I don't know what to tell you, chat.
He's saying words.
Because I can't have this dirty palette of paints and then go to a clean palette on the same project. People will be like, what happened to the palette?
Oh, you're saying that they wouldn't be able to remember what colors we'd use?
That's what I'm saying. It's for the video. There's reasons, chat. Everyone's like, why is your palette so dirty? That's why. That is truly why I don't clean the palette per project. I did not clean this palette before or after the October one. There, I said it. And Jason was also gone. You were gone in November for a little bit.
I am making tiny freaking dots of color, and you're worried about when I'm here and not here. I don't understand what's going on, man.
No,
I'm over here working for the people.
I'm over here trying to figure out, okay, why didn't I change? When did I not change the palette out? And it was when you were working on the orc bust. And then you switched over. Then we had Jordan on, and then you went back to Blood Angels. And we had Dallas on, and then we switched to the Frameables when the Frameables launched.
Make you feel better?
It does, actually. Okay. It really does.
Okay, just check.
Because I'm like, I do clean this palette. I have a reason.
I give you the space to find your way.
Thank you.
So,
thank you. When painting a 2-color combo, says Papa Chicken, are you of the opinion that you should try to unify the scheme with a single color for the edge highlights, or is it better to have 2 edge highlight colors, and why?
Okay. Sorry, I'm embedded in really loving the way this is coming out. When painting a 2-color camo, are you of the opinion that you should unify the scheme with a single color for the edge highlights, or is it better to have 2 edge highlight colors? Typically, I like to unify. You might start with edge highlighting each color of the camo with its own highlight, and then pull them together with a final highlight that is the light hitting the fabric. Make sense? Because remember, in camo, the camo doesn't exist as a separate thing. It's just different colors on the single fabric. The fabric is the thing you're highlighting. So those dark panels will highlight a little different on their in-between mid-tone highlight. Black splotch versus green splotch. They'll have a different mid-tone highlight, but the final highlight will be the way the fabric reflects light, regardless of the colors on it. It'll be the material the fabric is made out of that will determine the last highlight brightness. So it doesn't matter. So you'll wash that highlight across your pattern, and it much like what we did, the highlight on the glass doesn't care about what's underneath it. You're highlighting the glass dome, so it just covers everything else. So imagine this was your camo pattern, right? All the plasma bolts or the nerve, network. Yeah. And then when you put the highlight on the fabric, it goes right over the top. It doesn't care what colors those are. I choose this based on the glass reflecting, not what's on the glass. That make sense?
Yeah. Oh, it sure does, mister.
Oh, mister.
Mensener says, why change the palette when the paint is already dry? Why change the water if you're going for a tone that ties the entire work together? Mo says, I gave you the space to find your way equals I gave you enough rope to hang yourself. Wow. That's dark, Mo. That's dark.
Is he wrong?
It's dark. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's super cool, man. I like these deets and doots.
It's such a small, annoyingly small amount of paint, but I love it. Right, this is the part where everything really comes alive and lets you reap the reward of the time spent. Is this little bit of paint?
Yeah,
it's little pinpricks of light that tell such a big story because it's that final contrast, especially when doing metallics like this, that give it the shine. right? And this is actually a fairly dull metal,
The actual, yeah.
right? Like an oiled bronze, because it doesn't have huge panels of brightness, right?
Jeff, one Awkwardish, who's also in chat, she is doing that with the frameable. We were talking about that yesterday, the whole brain in the dome.
Yeah.
So many possibilities you could do with this stuff.
I really wanted the Frameables to, number one, be good, inspiring pieces of art that got you going, because they have a background, so you can paint, almost a canvas style 2D backdrop to tell your story in, while also having the model itself be inspirational in its shape and storytelling, so that you could find some really cool ways to express your version of it without all of them having to be exactly the same. So they have, while they are nice and big open shapes to paint, they still let you explore quite a bit.
Awkwardish says brain in the dome is one of two options I was looking at right now. Hey, Awkwardish. Be cool. Or a snow globe, Awkwardish. Is that your second one? Your second option?
Oh, now you're talking.
Doing a snow globe? Making her a winter wonderland?
The hardest part is setting these little shapes in here without getting rid of any of my other colors. I did not leave myself a whole lot of landing space for some of my highlights here. So again, I'm painting with the tip of the brush, and very, very light brush pressure as I kind of poke paint into areas. I mean, zoom in real close.
Yeah.
I want you to get a feel for how little paint is going on the model right now as I go through and do this little area here where I make this kind of triangular shape at the temple. And then I'm literally just poking a little line of color down here so that it trails off into this spot on the cheek. And then again, from this direction, kind of do the same thing. And maybe a little bit of an edge there.
Zoomed in. Look at that face. But definitely you can tell. It's very detailing.
It is detailing.
Yeah, it's really in there. How does one get good at this small detail? Can you give me a good?
It's a great question.
This
is one of those that the unfortunate answer is that patience, right? Let patience guide your hand rather than expedience. Like, I'm not just trying to get this done right now. A lot of the other things you might cut corners on, you're like, yeah, I'm sick of painting red or whatever it is. On this, you have to give yourself the time to do it right. Otherwise, one brushstroke here in the incorrect place can alter the feeling of the entire model, because this is the character of the model, right? The bronze skin or robotic flesh that we're doing here is everything for this model. The clothes play a big part in all that, and we can go back and work that out more if we need to. But right now, the character itself is all based on what we're doing here. So you have to take the time. You have to put in the effort, right? It doesn't mean you have to be afraid of making mistakes. You just have to know that if I take it easy and I put too little paint on, I can always add more. You're always hearing me say that err on the side of caution, and no more so than when doing this kind of stuff. So being able to get your hand and your brush control to be able to go in and do just very small amounts of paint and very thin lines so that you can build it up as you go, as opposed to just punching the brush on there and getting a big brush stroke that then upsets the balance of things. Then you're going to have a hard time fixing that. And that's where that practice and perseverance come through. You have to, as I've told you, focus more on painting with the side of the brush for 90% of what you do. And then when you get in to do these last details, you're really able to go in and get used to the fact that when we paint, and you'll see me, I talk about it all the time. I'm going to leave a lot of paint on the brush here to amplify what I'm talking about. But you'll see me getting close, and I rest my ring finger here on the model, and then I take my middle finger, my forefinger, my thumb are guiding the brush, and I use my middle finger rests against my ring finger like this. So I set up this whole mechanism where I have a really good kind of, I'll call it a tripod. It's probably not a tripod. My pinkies over here give me balance too. And then I'm in here and I'm setting up the brush stroke before I even touch the model, right? Getting the brush lined out, looking in at the model and saying, okay, yeah, that's the direction I want. And then going closer and closer and slower until I start seeing paint there. And then I'm like, okay, perfect. Then I reload my brush stroke and go a little bit heavier handed to get the line to go longer. And then maybe press a little bit harder to get it to end out and then release. And then I go, and I say, okay, and I want it to extend out a little bit further this way, but I want this to be lighter. So, I go in and I do the same thing, and I maybe make a brush stroke and it didn't really give me much color. So I know to go back and do a little heavier, and then back and do a little heavier. And okay, now I have an even thinner tail on it. And I want that then to thicken up here so it's brighter at this end. So then I go back and build up more here, right? And all of a sudden I have a blended highlight. But it's taking the time to know that this doesn't happen with one brush stroke. This happened with many brush strokes. And it didn't even happen from this, which you would call the start, to this that you would call the end. I started in the middle, right? I started with this brush stroke somewhere in here just to get the area set up right for success, right? Like right now, noticing, I don't have enough paint. It's not giving me a solid line. So then go get a little bit more dampness, a little bit more paint on your brush, come back. And like we were talking about before with the welding, noticing and then going back in and starting and just barely touching the area, right? And then getting it lined out. And then a little bit more and take it a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further until I get, oh yeah, that's a perfect little thin point. And then thicken up the body here, right? And then maybe I have to do the same thing on the other side. Maybe I have to thin it out on this side, which I would normally turn the model around. I can't turn my arm around. But I turn the model around and pull that. So I get two ultra thin ends and then a thickness in the middle, which is what I'm doing on a lot of these edges, right? So it's getting used to saying, okay, when I'm doing the detail doesn't have to get its full shape or size or any of that in one brush stroke. And a lot of people, I think, force themselves into thinking like this edge highlight has to go from start to finish. I start in the middle generally of where I want the detailing, and then I let my brush grow to the extremities of it so that I can adjust scale. I can make a thinner brush stroke or thicker brush stroke as I need. But if I start in the middle where I know the detail is going to be the thickest, or wherever I think the detail is going to be the thickest, then it's harder to make a mistake early, right? So if I'm painting a circle, I start with a dot that can be more of an ellipse or a line if my brush is there, and then I start turning that into a circle rather than trying to paint a circle. Does that make sense? And practicing applying paint that way will help you get good at everything you do, but definitely the details, especially when they're tiny. And I say tiny, I mean this model's head is as big as this entire model, so I still have a lot of room to work. But the way I've painted it, it is very tight detailing.
Cool. The Mo you know.
We know a Mo.
He's here. That was a good bit, Jason. Thanks, man.
You're welcome, Chris. See, like this. I want a thicker line than that, but I'm going to start with a thin line. Yeah. If I try to start with a thick line, the chances of going outside the lines are greater. So start with a thinner highlight and then broaden it. And I'm just denoting where I want the light right now, right? So I start with it up here. I'll thicken the top so that it matches with that other color that I've got. And then I'll just do a thin line down, right? Then I'll turn the model the way I want, because I pull my brush strokes towards me most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And so now I can go in and I can thicken that with a bunch of small brush strokes that I pull towards that same line. that keep with the texture that I had created with the initial highlight. And so now I have a blended highlight. I wouldn't have been able to do that with just one brushstroke in one direction. I had to set my light up so I get the hard edge where I want it here, and then I fade into it with little feathering brushstrokes out of my brighter color over here that was my initial highlight.
Mm-hmm.
And notice how I'm changing the direction of the model to make sure that I'm comfortable with the way I'm pulling the paint all the time. So again, on the edge of this, I will want to start, somewhere right around here like we did on my hand, and I probably don't have enough paint right now. So I notice I don't have paint, so I immediately don't try to push harder with the brush because you'll get a thicker line than you want. Just go get more paint. Then come back and again, start close to the middle of where I know I want the highlight. This saves me a lot of hassle. If I have too much paint on the brush or too wet, then that's where I want the line to be thick anyway. But it's working really well, so I have a nice thin line. Then I thicken it up to match with the brightness that is coming down here. So I keep pulling back towards that area and maybe tap a little bit on here so it blends in. And then go out here to the side with very light brush strokes, and just like I did on my hand, I just tailor that down with a very thin line. And then work back into it from this side. Always letting my brush stroke end where I want it the thickest so that my shine winds up being right here in the middle of that line. And now I have that line is a nice highlight.
Hey, Agrippa, happy birthday. I'm so glad you're getting your butt set.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Jason, we only got 15 minutes left today.
What?
That's it.
We've done a lot.
Yeah, this is kind of like that final stretch of the model, the deets and the dutes, right? You've done that on a lot of things where like this is the
100%
home
is,
stretch.
Right? This is the spot where it all comes together.
Yeah.
And with the bronze like we're doing, it takes a while, especially for me because I'm so detail oriented at these times that I'm like really having to get in here and pay attention to what I want that ultimate shine to look like and all that kind of stuff. But yes, sirree, Bob.
Yes, sirree, Bob. You heard the man. Yes, sirree, Bob. Jason.
What?
I think, would you be able to teach me how to do non-metallic iron?
Sure. Just another color. Iron I typically do in just grays and blacks.
Rather than starting with like dark blue, right? Because that's more steel.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's an argument to be made that you could start it that way. And then like somebody had mentioned doing blue, black, and then going into the grays, that would give you a very iron look.
Okay.
Where you could still get some blue in the shadows. Rather than with the steel and the silver, the way I do it, going through and doing those with, adding white, blue into Payne's gray the whole time.
Okay.
Then you stay in the realm of blue through all your midtones. And so it feels like a blue. Whereas if you just use blue as a backdrop and then go into grays, then you can do something that feels like wrought iron, but still has some nuance to it that's kind of fun. So yeah, definitely doable.
Nice.
And start in the middle of this area here, where I know I want the shine to be the thickest, and then just kind of come back and build that shine up with heavier brush strokes that I can then blend out into that thin edge that I pulled.
Lumberjack says, I've got steel that I forged myself that is very black and not shiny. Oh, okay. I see. What are you thinking?
Well, right here, this one wants to be bright on this side.
Brent says, I was thinking about painting black claws / horns using Payne's Gray, then white blue for the highlights, and then putting a filter of transparent black on it. That could be kind of cool.
He says that to all the girls.
I genuinely, if you tell me a workup that you want to try, there's a 99% chance I'll probably say that sounds cool, because it does. And you should go for it. That's what I mean by that. I haven't mastered the transparent black yet. I said that publicly. I do love that workup. That's correct, Lumberjack.
Payne's Gray, white, blue for the highlights, and then putting a filter of transparent black. Yeah, That's how I do the black armor. I do that a lot. Do the steel workup and then do a black wash or transparent black over the top works great. So I think it would work fantastic.
Jason, what do you keep your PSI at for? Joshua was asking if a 28 to 30 normally is that good for our airbrush primer, PSI wise?
So PSI is largely determined by like what the barometric pressure is in your area and how you like to spray. I keep our airbrush here at 22 or as close to 22 PSI as possible all the time. For everything that I spray, whether I'm spraying ultra thin colors or color right out of the bottle, I never adjust. And that's just because that's where I have found in my travels in my life that I get the best result all the time. I've painted all over the world with airbrush, and I found that just gives me the control I need. So a lot of that is learned and preference, and some of that is probably, specific to the gear I've used, although my airbrushes have changed a ton of times, so I probably can't say that too much. But if you spray it 28 to 30 and you're very comfortable there and you find that, yeah, I feel like I have good control, I feel like, I don't get, spotting, my paint doesn't, come out weird, then go for it. There is no hard, fast rule. I would say that I would recommend you not go too far above that. I think that when you start getting into the 35 to 40 PSI range, that when you start spraying thinner, you have a lot of problems with spider webbing and your paint growing legs because you're forcing too much air at too high a velocity out, and it's chasing that paint around the model. And so until you get really used to painting with very thin paint, you might want to stay away from higher PSIs.
Why would somebody use a high PSI?
A lot of times it's driven by your brush starting to tighten the aperture because you have paint that's drying inside the cylinder of the body of the brush. And so you're having to force paint through a smaller and smaller hole because you're not cleaning it properly. It seems clean because paint's not coming out of it, but the paint is dry and it starts to constrict the hole. And so in order to get the same amount of paint to cover the same area, you're having to put more air out to force that paint through a smaller aperture.
Right.
And it can also cause fluctuations in the way the paint comes out. It can start to sputter. It can get spotty because of the high pressure. So that's why I say, you got to be careful when doing that.
Gotcha.
Here I've thinned the bright ivory down quite a bit so that I can do this elliptical shape without it bringing too much texture into it.
Papa Chicken said, didn't Jason say he was going to do Damascus bronze on this model? I wonder when he's going to put it in.
Do all the texturing?
Yeah.
I hate you.
Papa Chicken, I wasn't going to read that out loud, but I read it out loud to bury you.
I used to love you. Now I hate you.
No, we still love you.
On a dime.
On a dime? On a dime? I don't know what song came into my head there.
Nothing of relevance.
On a dime. Speaking of being on a dime.
I won't do it. I won't follow that nonsense.
Speak of being on a dime.
Leaving him hanging.
Welcome in, everybody. Hey, what a great day to be alive. It's a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Sweet Moses, it is.
No.
Oh, it's Tuesday, my man.
Is it?
It is. Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, it is. Holy mackerel.
No, holy trout.
Holy trout.
Only get one of those a day. We are so glad that you are all here, and we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon. So Jason's got to get his crap together and get this done.
Holy moly. Wow. Dude, we are so tired of you painting this model.
Me? Heck
Just
no.
freaking get it finished.
No, that's not what I meant. You're in the deets and doots phase. This is it. We're all chomping at the bit to see this. This is like the last 30 seconds of that horse race, you know? Stan says 16 days till Christmas. Cool. Thanks, Stan. Thank you for that reminder. Lumberjack, you almost put in 14 hours today of painting? No, you're probably working. Man, one of these days I'll just have a day where I just paint all day. Fly into the abyss in my painting reality.
Far be it from me to ever invite you to come paint with me, and then you say no.
I wish you would.
Because, you know, the world is such a hard place for Chris. I have to rearrange my sock drawer.
What?
And clear.
I just wish you would invite me, you know?
I do all the time, and you say no. I don't. It's not an invitation. It's a, hey, what if we were to paint this weekend, Chris? And you're like, oh, I would, except that sounds really fun, but I'm busy.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm busy.
The nothing.
No, I've been very busy.
Here we go. I've been very busy doing what? Nothing.
I've been very busy.
I have lots of things I have to do at my house.
I was fixing
I have to take care of my
roof.
house that nobody lives in except me. He couldn't just come out with his friends because, you know, the thing he needs to clean at his house could wait a day, maybe two.
I had a leak in my roof last weekend, which was my excuse.
You said this for weeks, dude. You said I had to
once.
climb up on top of my roof
I
and
said
fix
that
the leak.
one weekend, last weekend. I'm like, I had to get up there and fix it because it was leaking. We'll figure out a day. Like 2027. We'll figure it out, Jason. No, that's a big sigh. We're really sighing over here. Hey, sighing is actually a great way that your body releases stress, a visceral emotion, you know? It actually helps your body calm down. Big sighs.
Wait, I thought I learned this week that there were only two emotions.
Anger and more anger.
Yeah.
Brr, that's how I live. That's my secret chat. I'm always mad. There's only two emotions?
Yeah, happy and sad.
Oh.
That's what Miguel told me.
Oh.
Go ask Miguel how many emotions there are. He'll say two.
Two.
Because when you guys were filming that commercial, I said, oh, so you got to show another emotion. He goes, yeah, I've shown both now.
That's right.
Happy and sad. I was
That's
like,
right.
oh, wow, I've been living life all wrong. I thought there were way more. I could have simplified this whole thing. That's where all my stress comes from. Too many damn emotions.
Jason?
Sir?
It's about time.
I refuse.
You have to.
Why?
Chris has to go.
Who has to go?
Chris.
What the heck do you need to go do?
My mom. Well, oops. Damn it, Gabe.
Gabe? Gabe? Gabe?
Why, God?
Gabe?
Sorry. There it is. My mother is in the hospital, which I don't mean to bring that down, but my mom had some surgery today, so I'm going to help her this evening.
He did it to himself.
That's why I have to be the enemy of fun today.
He did it to himself, chat.
I did.
He gets so mad when Philip and Gabe give him that.
You want to know why I get mad?
Yo, what are
Here's
you doing
why
tonight,
I
your
get
mom?
mad. It's because I will have a serious business question, and Gabe's like, your mom. And Philip's the same way. He's like, I'm sorry, did you check your mom? And I'm like, you guys, can I just get a real answer for once in my life? And then I react, and that's like, well, that's why we do it, Chris, because it makes you mad. And I'm like, that's what friends say.
That's what friends do.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that.
I just did it.
You told me
can't
never to
no
do that.
takesy-backsies. Can't fix it in post, Chris. It happened live. It's on the internet. All these things you always tell me.
We can't afford Nickelodeon rights.
Was that from Nickelodeon?
It's
I
from
just thought you made that crap
SpongeBob.
up. It's horrible.
Oh,
You know what I have to deal with, chat?
you're telling me.
I want you to look at this Splendor.
1 second. It's looking great.
Yeah, she's looking good, yeah. There you go. There you go.
I mean, it's looking okay.
I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, got to do the highlights on the hands. Got most of the head done.
We'll get there. Does that mean I can stop paying?
Are you saying Chris's job isn't real? Does that mean I can
me?
stop paying him? Who said that? Was that
Who's
Ellie?
paying me?
Was that Ellie?
No, that was Jen.
Oh, was that Jen?
Hey, thank you, Wad. I
She doesn't
appreciate
write
that.
the checks anymore, Chris. She does approve the payments, though, so she can still get you that way. She can still railroad you.
So Monument's still getting my membership fee, correct?
You'd have to ask Ellie.
All right.
You'd have to ask Ellie. I'm really liking the contrast that the bright shine has created across the bronze because it does keep it in a much darker
This looks
frame.
darker now.
Yeah.
Right? The
Anytime you
actual-
put a bright color, everything around it becomes darker. And so what it did is it keeps the midtones, but it makes everything fall darker. So now it really becomes that bronze, because before that, the khaki was the bright color and started to overtake it. Now the bright ivory becomes a true reflection, and everything else gets pushed down into midtones, and it really is working. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
All right, Jason,
I still have the power.
take us out.
Take us out.
Take us out.
I refuse.
Oh,
Where are we
you
going?
owe me now.
Where are we going?
I have to go.
Oh, here we go. This show is dedicated to Chris's mom.
Thank you.
So we hope you're doing fine.
She's probably doing great.
This is her second round of surgery for
Yep.
this go round. And
Not
then
a
2
lot
more
going
win
on.
next year.
Yeah, something
Ugh,
like that.
rough.
Lot going on, but she's doing good.
Yep. So everybody put some hearts in chat for Chris's mom. He's going to go take care of her. We're going to bounce out of here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us and again watching some paint dry. I hope you've enjoyed today's stream. We had a bunch of really good questions and I think some really good turnaround. I know that some light bulbs went off for some people. That's great.
Did for me.
So thank you so much. And we're getting very close on the Duchess, and I have no idea what we're painting next.
We'll figure it
So-
out. I've got faces.
Oh yeah, we're doing faces. If
We're
he
doing
can
some
get the
faces.
little scale faces,
Yeah.
I want to show you like 3 or 4 ways to paint faces at scale, like Space Marine scale and things like that. That'll help you out. So we're gonna do a couple of sessions like that. That'll be fun. But remember, if it's your first time here, if you came through on a raid or just found us happenstance across the internet, we are Monument Hobbies. We come to you live 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here in Phoenix, Arizona from Monument HQ. So we'd love to have you join us. Hit the follow or subscribe button. We stream to Twitch, YouTube, and Kick all simultaneously on those days. So we'd love to see you back. And also click the links that Chris put up in chat there for the Discord. We've got well over 6,000 amazing artists just like yourselves over there for inspiration, friend making, showing off your food and your pets and bad jokes. It's a lot of fun. We're there all the time. Come join us. So come hang out. We'd love to see you there. And also, please, we love your support. Keep doing so over at monumenthobbies.com, monumenthobbies.eu. Both of our storefronts across the globe where we ship to everybody. We make Pro Acrylic paint, Pro Series brushes, all the amazing hobby products you've come to know and love from us for years and years. Thank you so much for your continued support
Yes.
throughout all that. We love it. And we will look forward to seeing you back here again tomorrow. Remember to stick around for some more hobby goodness throughout your evening as Chris finds us somebody to raid. Show some love in the chat we wind up in, and we'll catch you back mañana. Adios, gang.
Bye.